Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater here with some breaking news. In which case, I want you to imagine that there was a lot of fanfare and how I said breaking news. I mean, I could add it in post production, but I'm lazy and want to talk about movies. Anyway, breaking news coming out of CinemaCon is that Joss Whedon is going to be writing, directing, and producing a Batgirl movie for Warner Brothers and DC Films. Not much more information about this is currently known. I know. Sorry to say. No, but it's an interesting topic of discussion nonetheless, because a lot of I don't know if I'd want to call them fanboys or fangirls or fan people are really excited about this. They are super, super, super happy and super stoked that Joss Whedon is making his way over to the DCEU. Some have said, Joss has jumped ship from Marvel. Well, there's reasons why, there are reasons why Joss isn't doing the third and fourth Avenger movie. And the reason being is the way that Marvel has restrictive control over their properties. I mean, go ahead and look up the history on the whole situation involving the edit of Avengers Age of Ultron and everything involving Thor that had to get cut out. That felt very out of place, even though it was technically meant to be a setup for probably Thor Ragnarok and, further events with Thanos and whatnot. But here's the thing, though. 2 years ago, if this news would have come out, I would have been excited. But I'm not excited about this, right? I honestly have gotten to a point where I have stopped caring about Joss Whedon, and I have a feeling a lot of it has to do with identity politics. Now, we all know that he is a card-carrying feminist, and that's totally fine. But the way he was acting, especially when it comes to Donald Trump over the course of the past few months, him putting in around, $250,000 or $500,000 of his own money to create a super PAC to help get Hillary elected, when that failed, it turned him into a very bitter person. And I'm wondering if he's going to transfer any of that bitterness, any of that into this particular property. Because I guarantee you, somewhere in this movie, there will be a line about Lex Luthor running for president and how that would be a horrible idea. Or in this movie, Lex Luthor will already be president and Batgirl will have to find a way to stop him doing something in Gotham. There will be some kind of political undertone to this movie, giving our current climate. And, I don't know. I don't know, guys. This is something that I almost want to say anyone else but him, right? And I get why he was approached for this particular thing. I get it, right? I mean, look at Buffy; it just turned 20 years old. Dollhouse, strong female characters in Firefly. I mean, he's pretty much like the one dude in Hollywood that is known for writing strong female characters. In fact, he's oftentimes looked at as being maybe the only guy in Hollywood that is capable of doing it. And that, I mean, even that, by guy, I mean only person. A lot of women out there are probably going to get very upset at the fact that Joss Whedon has been picked to do this over, let's say, Sofia Coppola. I'm just putting that name out there. There's no way Sofia Coppola would ever do this. Or Lexi Alexander, or, Catherine Bigelow, or Catherine Hardwicke, or, the other, the litany of other female directors that could possibly tackle this project. And that's going to be a point of contention going forward. But then again, it's going to be a lighter point of contention simply because, well, feminists love Joss Whedon. And so as a result of that, you're going to see not a lot of pushback on this. It's going to be a mark of, this is a good thing. This is a good thing for feminism. It's going to be an odd scenario. It's really kind of funny to watch. But ultimately, back to the whole plot of the film. We don't know anything about it yet. This deal came together in the last couple months. They finally announced it today. I'm sure they're going to go into better detail about it next week at WonderCon in Anaheim, because I have a big block lined up for the DCEU. And ultimately, listen, having Joss and his name attached to this project is definitely going to be good overall for it. And I think that's a fair assessment to make, because Joss Whedon coming in to write and direct the first two Avengers movies, basically legitimized what Marvel was up to, especially with the Avengers. They're like, oh, Joss Whedon's going to come in and handle the ensemble. And he blew the movie out of the park. He knocked it out of the park, And the sequel was still good, but just not as good. And everything else. And again, that was part of the contention, I think, between him and Marvel. And I'm pretty sure for this particular deal, because right now there's like no other producers on board on the project. Like so far, it's just him. Now, more people are going to come on. That's just how these things work. But I have a feeling Geoff Johns is going to give him like final say on everything, right? Like Geoff Johns is like, okay, we need a win. Critically, commercially, we need a win. And this is going to be what it is, I think. And so it's a good move to bring Batgirl into it. It's a good move to have that, that whole scenario play out. But I'm wondering, is it going to be Barbara Gordon? And then, are we going to be introduced to her in Justice League? Like, is that going to be a cameo they're going to add in? Are they going to do casting over the summer and they're going to give it to us then? Because we know that Commissioner Gordon has a limited role in the Justice League, and he's not going to be in anything else for a while, right? So bringing us Barbara Gordon then would be pretty cool. I also wonder if the Batgirl movie is moving forward simply because of the success of the Lego Batman movie and Rosario Dawson's portrayal of the character, who she did a great job. I had a lot of fun with that movie. So there's a number of things that probably prompted this to happen. But Joss Whedon is a safe choice for a number of reasons. I'm just concerned that he won't be able to keep his personal politics and personal grievances with the current political administration in the United States government, and that's going to come through in ways that are not only going to be pandering, but alienating, annoying, and distracting. And that's where I hope that there are producers on board that will look at what he's attempting to do and rein it in. Because if left to his own devices, he could cause a serious problem going forward with the DCEU. I mean, to be fair, with the Batman versus Superman theatrical cut, they've already experienced their own amount of shit show, so we'll have to wait to see what happens. But I am curious to know your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think Joss Whedon coming on board is a good idea? Do you think that this movie is going to be any good? Do you think that Joss Whedon has lost his touch? Or are we all wrong and it's going to be like the wunderkind of DCEU movies and it's going to set the stage and set the bar for many, many, many years to come? Let me know in the comments. Again, my name is Matt Jarbo. You've been listening to 3 Buck Theater. Be sure to like, comment, as I just said, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Peace out.